Welcome to Blunt Kings, motherfucker.
Yo, welcome back. Episode 25 of Blunt Kings podcast. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Val. This is my boy.
A Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the Funko, the Drunkle, the A.O. Fail. You already know what it is. 25 deep in.
Yo, A Omega, how was your New Year's Day, brother?
Yo, New Year's Day was good. I did not wake up with a hangover, which was good there.
Good.
I woke up with a good sense of clarity there for sure. I really enjoyed my day off, which was nice. Other than that, man, everything's been smooth sailing so far, man. I really see great things happening in 2026. You know what I'm saying?
We're on episode 25 of Blunt Kings. That makes 49 episodes. That means next episode will be the 50th episode when we do.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I know I said that last episode, but I just got a little bit too excited. 48 episodes still, though, in the past 7 months. That's still a pretty big feat, honestly.
That's still a lot. That's a big shoe y'all need to fill.
Yeah.
And the ones that already have 100 episodes, guess what? We're coming for that ass. Straight up.
Yo, before we get into this.
Happy birthday, homie.
For me?
For me?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, homeboy.
Hip-hop birthdays.
Yeah.
Before we get into the chaos, let's salute the legends born this week. January 1st, 1958, Grandmaster Flash was born, one of hip-hop's founding DJs. If it wasn't for Flash, the science of turntablism wouldn't exist as we know it.
At all.
Straight the fuck up.
Happy birthday, Grandmaster Flash.
January 12th, 1970, sorry, Raekwon. You're not that old. Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan, one of the East Coast's most respected lyricists, only built for Cuban links, changed the street rap forever.
That shit changed my life.
He's definitely a fan of the show. He's sent us a salute when we mentioned him the first time on the podcast. So, yeah, shout out to Raekwon once again. Happy birthday, bro.
Shout out, man. Happy birthday.
January 14th, 1968, LL Cool J, one of rap's first commercially successful solo MCs and one of the rare artists to dominate music, movies, and TV across the decades. Shout out to LL Cool J.
Happy birthday, homeboy.
Shit. So, are you ready to get into the show, Ayo?
Yo, man, how was your New Year's Day?
My New
man?
Year was chill. We set up the new set. We got the black and white room popping now. We're gonna do 50 episodes in here, and then we'll see where we go after that.
Definitely warehouse.
Definitely been having a good New Year though. I got to spend Christmas with my boys. That was awesome.
Beautiful.
Haven't been able to do that in quite some time, so that was really good. And then we shot off some guns for New Year's. That was pretty fun.
All right.
My brother Cambo definitely pulled out the laser and the flashlight and murked the cans. That
Lasers,
were in the backyard.
tasers, and all sorts of asers, huh?
Oh, yeah, that shit was fun. But yeah, no, it's been a good start to the New Year's.
Good to hear, my friend.
No complaints, really. Just want to make sure we make an impact on this whole podcast world and beyond. You know what I mean?
Guaranteed.
I want to take this media channel up a notch the rest of the year, and I believe we are on the right track to do that.
I believe so too, my friend. You know what I mean? We are bringing something that's a little different, a little unique there. It's got some pizzazz. It's got good taste behind it there and some good information, you know what I'm saying, on top of that.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's crack into this show, my dog.
Let's do it. All right. 1984, at the beginning of January, Def Jam Records was founded. Early January marks the rise of Def Jam, the label that not only launched LL Cool J's career, but Run DMC and built the blueprint for mainstream rap empires. Boom. Period. That's what it says. Period.
And still going.
Yeah, and still going.
Still going, man.
Not as strong as they used to be. You know what I mean? I believe what do you think the best era of Def Jam was, honestly?
The best era of Def Jam was definitely between 90 to 95, man. I
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
That was when they had
they kicked in
DMX,
the gate there.
They had Method Man. They had
Well, I mean, from 1990 to 2000 is what you're talking about. I'm saying like Def Jam from like 1990 to 95. You know what I mean? Because they were still
explain.
Well, they were still jamming out with fucking. You know what I mean? LL was kind of quiet there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Run DMC was quiet there, but they were acquiring a lot more other things at that time. You know what I mean? Russell Simmons and them, you know what I mean? Rick Rubin, Def Jam as a label there, they weren't focused on the past there. They were looking to acquire newer artists and newer assets there that can contribute to the corporation.
Who were those artists?
Fuck if I remember. There was a bunch. Those
was your
fuckers brought up
favorite era.
everything. Those fuckers brought up everything. Everything that a lot of folks on were on Def Jam. Def Jam. You know what I mean? Even if it was for a Mickey Mouse fucking 6-month contract, 1 album contract. You know what I mean?
That was around the time that they owned Island Records as well, I believe. And the funny story behind that is ICP was able to skate away with $1 million because of that. What you're talking about, how they're acquiring certain things and certain things fell through. I believe ICP got a advance of $1 million from a company called Island, which is under Def Jam, and then they shut down. And nobody even bothered to ask for that $1 million back, so it kind of like launched ICP's career after that. So yeah, I guess I could say I like that era too. But I'm talking about like the rapper era, like when DMX was in the mix, when they were dropping the Def Jam Fight video game. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of the era that I miss of hip hop. Really heavy on the Funkmaster Flex bombs and shit. You know what I mean? I just really miss that era, honestly, of just the competitiveness of rap. That was where you see Jay-Z and DMX freestyle battling while they're playing pool and whatnot.
People honing their skills there, yeah. Like the way we used
Hard
to clown
Knock Life tour. You know what I'm saying?
We used to clown at each other at the parties like that. You know what I mean? Just see each other out in the public. Yeah, you know what I mean? At the crosswalk, and be like, "Yo, what up?
Yeah,
how you doing, my son?"
That's the era.
Over here,
That's the
motherfucker,
era
keeping
I
it
was
real, my
talking
done.
about.
Yeah.
Let's see. Early rap crossovers before hip hop fully took over the charts. There were warning shots. Do you remember this?
Fab Five Freddy told me everybody's fly. DJ spinning, I said, my, Flash is fast, Flash is cool. Francois, c'est pas, Flash ain't no do. And you don't stop, shoot a shot, go out.
That's a clip from Blondie's Rapture from 1981, one of the earliest rap verses to ever hit mainstream charts. Its influence still gets revisited in January hip hop history retrospectives, especially around 1989 when rap officially entered Billboard as its own category. Do you remember Blondie?
Blondie there, definitely there for sure.
Our
great master, one of the great masters that we know of there is the Mr. KRS-One. You know what I mean? That was one of it. Step into the world. Block up. You know what I mean? He was the original one.
And then
Over the mustard.
Ghostface Killer even used it, right? On Supreme Clientele.
Wild Style there. That was the hip hop documentary from the 70s there. 1977, I want to say to be exact there, folks. Yeah. Hip Hop Sugar Hill Gang there. Grandmaster Flash came out there a little later there in 82, but you know what I mean? Busy Bee, you know what I'm saying? Them cats was getting it in for sure. And Blondie came from that. So, you know what I mean? They was the original ones at that time to do that because that was a crossover from disco, okay? That's why she looked disco. But there was already something else brewing in the mix. You know what I mean?
To the parking lot, and you get in your car and drive real far, and you drive all night, and then you see a light, and it comes right.
Exactly,
Like,
man.
just for that being one of the first raps ever be broadcasted, I thought it was dope. And you could still hear that iambic pentameter and cadence in other people's raps till this day, honestly.
Of that fucking actual blueprint.
Yeah.
You know, all of us that are actual lyricists, male, female, vocalists, whatever there, you know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that.
We all know the rhyme scheme there, and it usually starts very, very simple, folks.
And then that moves us along to January 1990 when Salt-N-Pepa dropped Expression. Hit peak status around January 1990, proving women weren't just in rap, they were leading the shit. I remember Salt-N-Pepa as an early age. My aunt used to bump this shit. My mom used to bump this shit. My cousins used to bump this shit. I used to hear Salt-N-Pepa
Who didn't bump that
all
shit?
the time. In 1990 especially. You know what I mean? 1990, 1991.
Oh, that was real big still because you had the Paula Abduls and you had the Shanices and you had a lot of the Denise Williams and You know what I'm saying? It was still very, very dominant there with the female presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But with the hip hop there, you know what I mean? You started getting into like MC Light, the Roxanne Shawty's from older there, but the groups are
Queen
coming into
Latifah.
play. Yeah. Queen Latifah there, you know what I mean? Again, too, part of the, you know what I mean? The Native Tongues, you know what I mean? Part of that group there. You know, shout out to Jersey, you know what I mean? In that area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Salt-N-Pepa, man.
they killed it.
I think Salt or whatever. What's her real name? I forgot. Anyway, she's
You
married.
talking about the tall one or the small one?
The small one.
The small one. Okay,
She's married
yeah.
to. I think the small one's married to Tretch, or one of them's married to Tretch. I think for real in real life. So that's
Yeah,
pretty
I think
cool.
it's the tall one, nigga.
Oh yeah, Peppa. She's married
Yeah,
to
I was
Salt.
gonna say that for
she's
sure.
married
The
to-
tall one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, fucking that nigga used to wear a motherfucking lock and chain around his shit.
That
Dog.
fucker's like a real life pit bull, huh?
For real, bald headed, don't sweat it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, moving along. January 1991, Chubb Rock drops "Treat 'Em Right."
Uh,
You remember that shit?
yo.
Debuted in January and climbing fast, becoming one of the era's most defining records of all time for sure. Still played to this day in movies. Like
Those samples there that we know right now that we still use to our method of making music right now to date.
yeah,
A lot of that came from Chubb Rock there too. You know what I mean? A lot of these background noises there that you hear him going, go, 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 do, 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 go, go. You know what I mean? A lot of people.
and then it turned into yeah ho. You know what I mean?
And
Like
the
shit like that
MPC
from, like,
that they
3
used to
6
MP,
Mafia.
yeah, MPC that I put it in the SP 1200. You know what I
Right.
mean? Be able to hit that with the key so that way they can manipulate it there to either be slowed down or sped up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which was crazy on that shit there. But yeah, Chubb Rock there, and then just his approach, the cool, calm, collected. You know what I mean? Fucking kind of, you know what I mean? Almost remind me like Be Legit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like honestly, there, Chubb Rock, like Be Legit, like I'm the only one. I'm with him because I am the only son. You know what I mean? Like Chubb Rock was the shit. You know what I'm saying? I miss that cat there for sure.
definitely
man.
a pioneer, definitely an innovator in hip hop. Shout out to Chubb Rock for
Uh-huh.
sure. Let's see, moving along. Early 1992. Cypress Hill dropped the Funky Phil one. How I Could Just Kill a Man. Peaked early in the year, introducing a darker, more rebellious West Coast energy to mainstream rap. Cypress Hill is definitely one of our favorite groups of all time. We did have the pleasure of opening up for them on B Real's birthday in Los Angeles, in the city of industry. That was one of the dopest concerts that we've ever opened up for. Still to this day, it was one of my favorite memories of us doing a show.
Shout
for
out
sure.
Flossie.
Yeah, shout out to Flossie. What's his name? Flossie, the promoter.
Yeah,
He's the
yo.
one that got us on that show. So yeah, shout out to Flossie for sure. And shout out to TOE. He's the one that orchestrated all that for sure.
Definitely there. Worked his way in.
We just had to pay for the
Finagled
shit.
his way. He finagled his way in.
All right.
We love you, dog, either way.
Yeah, definitely. I love Cypress Hill. I think you were talking about them earlier, but you have that poster from.
Yeah, man, I still got that black light poster there. Stoned is the way of the walk there,
Right.
where it's black and white there, and he's got the skull and the afro is just the fan leaves and the sugar leaves off of the plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that creates like the
I
afro.
always wanted
Dude.
that fucking black light poster as a kid for sure.
Man, it was the only one that I could find like that, and actually, it was given to me. Excuse me, not given. It was given to me by a good friend of mine, man, Gilbert Baca, there from P-Town. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gilbert, fucking Gilbert.
Is that how he laughs?
I swear to you, not there, dog. Man, he used to call the fucking pad and be like, "Yo, it's fucking Chris there. It's fucking Gilbert." And man, he was. Man, let me tell you.
Say that to your mom or your dad.
Yeah, he leave that on the message on the answering machine, dog.
That's funny.
Straight up there, and he'd call somebody, pick up, and he'd be like, "Yeah, it's fucking Gilbert, it's fucking Chris there." I'll be like, "Yo, man, you gotta tell Gilbert to chill out." And I'm like, "Yo, man, Gilbert on some different shit." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were doing a lot of ecstasy at the time. You know what I mean? Doing a lot of hippie flipping, a lot of candy flipping. You know what I mean? Like he was on that one. That spicker, man, back in the day, that spicker actually used to carry a little Pikachu, to school in high school and shit, and like feed that little spicker, little mononito there. He feed it like, "Come on, Pikachu, eat your mashed potatoes." And like the doll was like,
Oh, it was a doll.
and like a little, just a little figure, you know what I mean? Like a little teddy bear, a little plushie or some shit like that.
That's how
And he would feed that motherfucker.
That's how melted he was, or what?
Yo.
That's
I'm gonna
crazy.
tell you that so much. But this motherfucker,
Super cool.
trip
guy.
out. Valid Victorian.
Of Pecos.
Yeah. Straight up there, dog.
I'm sorry. I had to
That
throw
fool's got bachelor's and master's and all sorts of other degrees
In wood chopping.
In a bunch. No.
Catching
This fool
fish.
got
I'm
like
just kidding.
crazy stats now there, dog. Like I see him now and I'm like, dude, what you doing? Oh, I got, you know what I mean? Going to college. I got bachelor's, master's, you know what I mean? This and that, doing therapy, doing all this and that. I'm like, that's crazy.
It released the real him for
Yeah,
sure.
it was crazy, dog,
Hell
at
yeah.
that time there. So, you know what I mean? I understand that. That was just a crazy phase in that time. But yeah, shout out to Gil for real there for
Shout out
giving
to
me the
Gilbert.
Cypress Hill fucking poster there. Stone is the way of the walk there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
All
we're
right.
moving on.
Moving along, early 1994, the Brat drops Funkdafied. Heavy rotation in the early months of 94. Street confident and historic. One of my favorite songs from a female rapper for sure. So Funkdafied. That beat was nasty.
Oh, yo, it's all Jermaine Dupri production too.
And you know what's funny about
So
Jermaine?
deaf.
Jermaine Dupri was kind of on the internet in the past couple weeks talking about he's kind of upset that they had this. Remember that picture where they had of everyone sitting around the round table of like royal hip hop,
And he wasn't on there?
and it was like Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, Kendrick. There's a bunch of people. Dre was at the table, but no Jermaine Dupri. And I agree. I think Jermaine Dupri is definitely one of the dopest producers in the game. He's from Atlanta. He's been making music for Criss Cross, the Brat, many people way before he even had what was his biggest hit was probably Welcome to Atlanta, right?
By
himself.
I mean, by himself there. I would
Still a big song. I'm just saying, like I'm just trying to like.
besides the Funkdafied there, I mean, he was always in the production. He was a Southern ditty, you know what I mean? Oh shit, dog. Watch, hold on, man. My shit be fucking falling real
Oh
quick.
no, you're good. You're saying he was like a Southern ditty. for
Yeah,
sure.
man. He was up on point with it. You know what I mean? Like
Without
he
the-
was
without
already
the-
hooking up with Janet Jackson at the time
without
too.
the baby oil. Yeah.
Yeah, he was already doing the shit with Janet. You know what I mean? And at that time, they were brainstorming. Janet was still big. You know what I mean? She was still relevant there. After finding Criss Cross and them at such a young age, you know what I mean? And then they just turned into teenagers real quick.
Bro, they said that he had enough money. I'm talking about Jermaine Dupri. He had enough money to spend $20,000 in the strip club every single day for the past 20 years.
Dog, I
That's
wouldn't
crazy.
be surprised, dog.
That's crazy just to be able to have that much expendable.
Well, I
income,
would
guess
say
you could say.
the rap, I mean, he wasn't really big on his rap. I mean, he was always good. You know what I mean? Don't get it
I thought
twisted.
he was a good rapper. Yeah, I think he wrote most
he
of
was
the shit too.
yeah,
for,
he was
like-
good on it there, but with the Brat, you know what I mean? They were just like that good tag team like Timberland and fucking Missy.
Right.
You know what I mean? They bounced off each other's chemistry really well, and what they brought to the table actually really fucking worked there. That's what made them like the fucking dynamic duo. You know what I mean? Like Batman and Robin. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree.
And but I mean, he did a lot of other shit, man. Let's not forget he actually was fucking doing that shit with motherfucking Jay-Z and the Ferrari and Jaguar switching 4 lanes, top back screaming out, money ain't a thing. You know,
Yeah.
double R with a come along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was doing the baller shit like way back then, and he still is. And I think he just keeps a lower profile. You know what I mean? Kind of like a currency of like the producers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just he's like, hey, if I can keep it quiet, why not? There,
Right.
you know what I mean? So yeah, the Brat though, Funkdafied, she did other stuff with like Tyrese. There, she came out a couple years after. You know what I mean? A couple songs. I remember she did the song "This Is Ladies Night" with like Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Angie Martinez, fucking. You know what I mean? She was involved in that one.
Are you talking about the
This
the
Ladies
Moulin
Night.
Rouge?
No. The Brat came out on that one there too. It
Oh,
was
you're
like-
talking about the lady. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
What it was
getting the
like
two mixed up.
Lisa Left Eye
every-
Lopez, and
They have
you
like
know.
the same kind of groove though, like that Moulin Rouge song in the Ladies Night one, and then it almost has like a similar mix of the rapper,
And the
female rappers.
yeah, and the Brat being from Chicago, you know what I mean. That's why she raps that real fast because she like that twister. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Chicago.
Yeah. She's from Chi. She ain't from ATL, but she just hooked up with fucking Jermaine
I remember
down there
that,
in
yeah.
ATL there for sure. But that's some real shit. Shout out to the Brat there for sure.
Yeah, shout out to the Brat. All right, moving along. January 1995.
Hit me with it.
The 69 Boys dropped Tootsie Roll, reached #1 on the Hot Rap singles, showing how regional dance records could dominate nationally. I agree, because for them to drop like a song like this in January is fucking crazy, and it went #1. And these guys are from Miami, right? The 69 Boys?
I believe so.
Yeah, they're like on that Luke, that Uncle Luke, 2 Live Crew type shit. And it just goes to show that someone in Miami could drop a summer hit in January
And still get popping.
have the whole world dancing. And every time this song comes on, I remember
Come on,
like
bring it back.
remember like middle school dancing.
I was just gonna say that motherfucker, or I was gonna say the halftime fucking, you know what I mean? The song while the cheerleaders came out, to the left, to roll, you know what I mean? Like that was that shit.
We're so old that they played this 69 Boys Tootsie Roll at our middle school dances. And not only that, like I remember some girl came up to me, she's like, "Do you know how to do the butterfly?" And I was like, "What the fuck is the butterfly?"
Yep.
And she did the butterfly in front of me. I was like, "That's for you guys to do. I would never do this shit." I was like, "Nah, I'm not.
Shit,
You'll
man.
never catch me doing the butterfly."
I remember dipping low to the flow with the chicks, right?
Grinding.
I remember doing that one all the way down to the flow and then go all the way back up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Grinding.
all that old school shit there. Yep. That was me there. I remember the roller ring dances.
Grinding and macking.
Scamming.
Was it scamming?
Scamming.
It was scamming in Santa Fe, but it was macking in
out here.
Albuquerque.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, are you gonna go mac that bitch behind the barracks?
I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna go scam on that chick right here behind the portable.
We're fucking old, dog. I
I'm just
swear.
saying,
Now they just fuck. I don't know what they say. The Rizzler. I don't know. They say all kinds of weird shit nowadays. Anyway,
I'm good.
January 7, 1996.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Busta Rhymes drops Woo Ha. Got You All in Check, released this week and later exploded into one of the most animated, unforgettable hits of the 1990s when it comes to rap music.
Oh, yeah. Once that beat comes on, you already know it right away.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes is one of the illest to ever do it.
Yeah. Right?
We sampled that shit for one of our songs, and it's one of my favorite songs till this day. Like, even to perform it, like, it reminds me of one of the songs that could be performed.
You performed that when we was in LA.
Yeah.
We performed that when we was at the City Industry for
It could be
fucking
performed at
birthday.
an LA concert, or it could be performed like at a wedding. You know what I mean? Like, just the beat and the feel of that song is just so energetic. I love it, honestly. That's one of my favorite songs.
It was a damn good
Yeah,
jam.
Woo-Ha, Got You All in Check. Busta Rhymes, shout out to you. Definitely one of the dopest MCs to ever do it from New York. Came from the what was it? The Leaders of the New School, right?
Leaders of the New School.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So let's see, what time is it? We're gonna take a little break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about more album drops from the Locks, Drake's Crazy Summer Tour, YFN Lucci's Rico Trial, and more.
Oh, shit.
We'll be right back. Make sure you guys roll up another blunt. This is Blunt Kings episode 25. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Val. This is my boy.
A Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the Funkle, the Drunkle, the Fail. Ayo, y'all stay tuned.
All right, we'll be right back. Peace.
Welcome to Blunt Kings, motherfucker.
Good job, Larry. You're doing good.
Yo,
Hey, suck it to me.
welcome back to another episode of Blunt Kings podcast. This is episode 25. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Val. This is my boy.
A Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the Funkle, the Drunkle, the Ayo Fayo.
This episode is brought to you by Bizcochitos brand, the illest, most dopest edible you
Go
can find in New Mexico right
get
now.
those, folks.
Make sure you guys go get them while they're still in Bizcochito form, because we are switching it up. We're going to go to chocolate chip, red velvet. They're going to be switching it up
So on and
season
so
by
on.
season. Yeah, you could definitely find them at Cookies, Whedon, Vice,
Amnesia.
couple of dispensaries in the northern and southern areas
Quadrants there.
of New Mexico, and then The non-medicated ones, Bernie's non-medicated, you can find at Por Vida Coffee Shop and Dia de las Baristas.
Ouch.
I finally fucking said it right. Let's get back into the show. Hey, yo.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. Yo, viewers like you know what I'm saying? We're getting into it there, you know what I mean? We've definitely done some, recapping on, birthdays, hip-hop moments, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff going on there for sure, you know what I mean, for the first, weeks of January. You
Now
know
we're
what I
going to
mean?
get into some classics that landed right in the middle of January.
Album drops, huh?
Yeah, we got
Okay, all right.
January 13th, 1998, The Locks drop Money, Power, Respect. The debut album from the Yonkers Trio, super gritty, super raw, foundational for late 90s New York hip-hop and rap. Definitely one of the best trios in hip-hop next to T.I.O., the inspired ones.
Wow.
Just kidding.
That's true. That's true.
I just have to throw it out there.
Yo. Okay, so what were you doing when this shit was coming on, Money?
I was definitely still listening to like underground stuff like 3-6 Mafia and ICP.
Did you get into this one, though?
I did. My cousin Diego definitely got me into this. Shout out to DJ Exclusive.
Show.
This
Okay.
is one of the albums that he swears by that belongs into like the same sleeve as like The Chronic and all the classic albums that you could
I agree.
possibly get. And I definitely agree. Yeah. Shout out to Jadakiss. Shout out to Chic Luch. Shout out to Styles P. Definitely the three best New York MCs when they're on the mic together for sure.
Shit, man. I remember when I came across this album there, my pops was working at a CD store, you know what I mean? As like a side hustle job, you know what I mean? Back in the 90s like that, you had to have two jobs. You know what I mean?
She was who? Sonia? She was working.
No, my pops.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pod Dukes, man. He worked at this place called Rare Bear. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the owner of Rare Bear. Shout out to Jim. You know what I mean? He had a big ass selection of motherfucking music, big eclectic. You know what I'm saying? But he had a small little
Big
case.
Jim.
Small little case like this motherfucking desk there that was like, just tiny and shit. You know what I'm saying? Small little case of hip hop. He ain't want nobody to fucking steal that shit. Like AT Aliens was locked up, this and that. But somebody, gave him a promo of this there. So it had the gold stamp that said promotional use only, not intended for resale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's when I heard this shit. Like, I was like, oh, fuck. Like that shit had me going on. You know what I mean? And I was like, fuck yeah. And that song, Money, Power, Respect there, if y'all can recall,
Money,
I'm
Power,
going to blow
Respect.
y'all mind. It was the first track that DMX was ever featured on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, at the end. This is a drink with how much drink? Come on. It's the first time that DMX was ever featured on an actual track there.
Before he was even
Before he even
rapping?
blew up.
Oh,
Before
okay.
he blew up.
But he was rapping at the time still, right? Or no?
Well, I mean, maybe at that time there, dog, but I mean, Dark and Hell is hot, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I want to say that fucking this in January, I think he came out in that summer, dog,
Okay.
of 98.
So he kind of like warned him on the
Yeah,
Locks
because
album.
99 and all of that, there was when everybody freaked out
That
when he
makes
was
sense.
over there at the
Yeah.
at the Woodstock 99, right? When he had the fucking red coveralls and everybody was, dum dum. You know what I mean?
Dude, Woodstock 99 would have been like the dopest thing to be part of for sure.
Man, we even looked at that shit. We wanted to go so bad, bro. We wouldn't have been able to even fucking go to that place, man. Like if we wanted to.
Nah.
We was not cultured enough.
Our little asses would have got stomped, dog.
Huge.
There was just too many people there,
Oh
honestly.
man, that was a gathering. That was a festival. You know what I mean? Now we're like, shit, we'll migrate our way through anything.
All right, let's move along. Tour and industry records. 2017, Drake's Summer 16 tour officially became one of the highest grossing hip hop tours ever at $84.3 million, surpassing Watching the Throne from Jay-Z and Kanye West. That's insane, dog. I honestly think that's crazy that one person superseded somebody like Jay-Z and Kanye when they teamed up, because that was a big time, right?
You were expecting there, to catch that, that double duo there on, to gross more with the sales and the concert tickets and everything else like that there. But for Drake to do that, but we've known Drake for knocking out multiple shit out the park.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like he's superseded, Billboard statistics there. You know what I mean? Preceding
time and
well,
again, yeah.
I mean Michael Jackson. He's even surpassed the Beatles there, which is a hard pill to swallow for some of the older folks there, like my dad. You know what I mean? So, but that it's the truth there, and you know what I mean. The statistics don't lie. You know what I mean? And that's what it is there. You know what I mean? He's good at his craft, and the people that hook him up to do what he does and keep him on a schedule. You know what I mean? That's why it's a working machine and it works.
All right, moving on to legal and culture moments. Let's see. 2024, YFN Lucci faces RICO trial. A major legal moment for Atlanta hip-hop, highlighting the ongoing collision between rap culture and the justice system. I definitely think it's fucked up how the justice system does these rappers, but we got to remember that's why the prison system was created, mainly was to entrap all of these people that are influenced by the lyrics that the gangster rap era pushed, right?
And it's a trip, man. You know what I mean?
Did I say that right?
Yeah, no. It's very true there. You know what I mean? It's the beginning of the year, and I've heard a lot of other controversy again too with major rapper and a major influencer there being implemented on the RICO case that's going to start. And I'm not going to say no names there. You know what I mean? But damn,
we'll save it for the crowd.
It's going to be a heavy one there for sure. But you know what I mean? As far as like these other folks that get out, you know what I mean, after the time there, they got to give some of their ego or give somebody away from the camp or give some of their part away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why these RICO cases happen there. They're moving too fast, moving too quick instead of just staying in the lane and doing their music and honing their craft, man. Yeah. You know?
Also, January 2024, Big Juke was killed. Yo Gotti's brother was murdered in Memphis, a tragic loss that shook the city and the culture. Definitely remember this going down. I was chilling at home scrolling, but like I always am looking for new content to talk shit about or whatever. But yeah, I do definitely remember this. And these are one of those times where you're like, damn, like January is already back around. And this is the stuff that was happening in January. Is kind of insane to me because it felt like it just happened like 2 months ago. You know what I mean?
It's crazy there.
Either way,
24.
Rest in peace, Big Juke.
Yeah, Juke, man. You know what I mean? I know Yo Gotti, he been kind of quiet ever since. You know what I mean? He hasn't really brought out any new music. You know what I mean? I know he's going through some legal stuff right now. You know what I mean on that end. So
isn't he engaged to Russell Simmons' daughter? What's her name? I forgot her name, but yeah, I think they're engaged.
Yes. Yeah, that's her.
Either way, moving on. January 11th, hot rap songs that charted were Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Also, Kendrick Lamar's Turn Your TV Off and Kendrick Lamar's Squabble Up was definitely one of the ones that hit the charts during January in the first and second week. It's just crazy that, again, this is crazy that I can't believe this whole shit went on for a whole year. This whole beef of Kendrick and Drake, and even Tyler the Creator joined in on the mix. I remember that he did like a Squabble Up, or was it TV Off freestyle or some shit like that.
Okay.
And then he dropped Sticky, and then he dropped another album after that, which was kind of showcasing his lyrical ability from the West Coast, and kind of reminded me that he was from the West Coast. I thought he was from like Virginia or some shit.
Oh man, you can tell Tyler there, man. He got like that little surfer, little white boyish there. Hey, dude, you know what I mean? You stepped on my Vans, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I guess I should have realized he was from
Inland
California.
Empire there. Yeah, I mean, he don't have too much of an accent like he not there. You know what I mean? Because we're so close to the West Coast there. You know what I mean? We get a lot of people that migrate from there over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, we can tell. You know what I mean? But they kind of just blend in with us over here in the dusty.
I guess
you know
it was
what I'm
like
saying?
his beat choice at the time, like when he first came in on that like crazy abnormal rap flow
Man,
type
his
of shit, talking
beginning-
about like dinosaur dicks and shit, like all kinds of weird ass shit. That
His
he was
kick in the
saying.
door was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. It
You
was
know what I
nice, but
mean?
I just couldn't tell where he was from at first. Like he didn't really say like, "Oh, I'm repping L.A." or "I'm repping this" or "I'm repping that." I kind of like just assumed that he was from like the same place
The
that
lyrical
the
diversity.
Clips were from or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you thought he was from like Virginia or Baltimore
I
or
thought
something
he
like
was,
that
yeah.
there.
I thought he was
yeah.
from somewhere like that.
Yeah, like Central East Coast there.
Yeah.
Got you, son. Got you.
All right. Well, January proves one thing every year, that hip hop doesn't hibernate. It definitely sets the pace. That is our show for tonight. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Val. It's my boy.
A Omega with the funky dope flavor, aka the Funkle, the Drunkle, the Fayo. You already know how we keep it down. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep it loud. You know, go share, like, subscribe there. You know what I'm saying? Link, comment. Also, want to give a shout out to Biscochitos.
Oh, yeah, definitely
there,
the
you know
dopest
what I'm
edible
saying?
cookie in New Mexico right now. You can find them at Cookies, Amnesia, Whedon, Vice. The list keeps getting bigger. You can find them in northern and southern New Mexico as well. You can find the non-medicated ones at Pod Vida Coffee Shop in Dia de las Baristas.
For sure, folks. I mean, they're just really nice there. And then we're getting ready to switch out because we're done with the Christmas season flavored cookies. Biscochitos there. You know what I mean? If you can find some of those still existing, go ahead and check those out. But like how Val said, we're going to get ready to get into the different flavors.
Yeah,
there.
they're going to do
keep
chocolate
game.
chip, and they're going to go season by season. So whatever the season is, like I think there's going to be like a green one that comes out for St. Patrick's Day or some shit like that, like a green frosting one. I don't know.
Man, I can imagine what Easter is, like a lemon or something there. You know what I mean? I always like a good, nice, like blueberry
Like an
lemon.
iced lemon egg-shaped
Ooh.
one or some shit like that. That
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
dope. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. We're going to see. So make sure you guys buy out all the Biscochitos while they're here and then move along to the next set of cookies that come out after that for sure. This has been an awesome episode. Thank you guys for watching so much. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and keep up with us on this hip-hop timeline that we go down. The hip-hop historians, the Blunt Kings. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Voss, my boy.
A Omega again. Once again, one love. We out.